So I want to start this video just by quickly saying I think this is fake because Greece wasn't really around until 800 BC. But apparently this is stating the game takes place somewhere between 1400 and 1200 BC, in which case you couldn't go to Greece because the leak also states the second game will be set in Greece. That doesn't make any sense. Still could be, I suppose, but I personally, just based upon that itself, think it's fake. But so if you agree with me and that's enough proof for you, you can leave. But if you want to hear the information, because there is a fuck ton, if this is real, I'm gonna go over it anyways. But just bear in mind, I'm 95% sure this is fake. Okay, so this was all compiled on a 4chan post. Apparently someone has friends that he knows about. I don't know. There's no proof given at all, so that's one reason it's probably fake. But let's hop into this. Let's talk about it, and I'll leave the link to the source I have for this in the description. So first of all, it says the leaks aren't accidents. Apparently they're both controlled. The first image that we got of the main character standing in front of like a tomb or something was real, as it is the second picture. First one, however, was quite an old image of really early development. The newer one, however, will be something from the demo we will see at E3. There is a new scouting mechanic, which is an eagle. The eagle's placeholder name is Acom, apparently. So I guess that'll work. Shit, controllable eagle. The next thing is there are no towers in the game. You'll be using your eagle for side activities and points of interest. There is a limit to how far you can go away from the protagonist, however, so it'll work kind of like a drone in Watch Dogs 2. And for some reason, there's no fucking viewpoints in this game, according to the leak. I really hope it's fake. So apparently the next thing that really ticked me off, all the characters speak English like in Unity. That's because of the Animus 5.0, which has perfected any translation issues from the older versions. It'll be a sitting one like the older games and not standing like in the Assassin's Creed movie. Sitting down, good. Speaking English in ancient Egypt, really bad. Ubisoft, get it right. Come on, come on, come on. Learn how to take feedback. If this is real, of course, which I'm pretty sure it's fake, so it's okay. The next thing is we have a new modern-day protagonist. He's male and also mixed race. For some reason, that feels it has to be stated. And the fact that it feels it has to be stated makes me think it is Ubisoft. Because they feel they have to fucking state that he's mixed race. I don't care. It doesn't matter if he's mixed race or not. Just that he's a good character. Apparently, he's already a trained assassin and has a new team to help him achieve his task. The new team is given to him by William Miles, the Grandmaster, or the mentor of the modern-day Assassin Brotherhood, and Rebecca and Sean will also make appearances. The modern day is more like Assassin's Creed 3's modern day, with bigger areas, with more character interaction. Modern day does more to highlight the fact that Assassins and Templars still exist and are having a big impact on the world. The next piece of Eden was used during the Exodus and crossing the Red Sea, playing to the whole overarching mission of the modern-day protagonist, and not a main focus of the story, though, which I guess would be good, is that the main focus isn't to get a piece of Eden, but it plays into the main story in some way. He said he doesn't exactly know when it's set, but last he heard it was set between 1400 and 1200 BCE, in which case you can't go to Greece because Greece was only really around 800 BC. The ancient period was 800 to 500 BC, so it doesn't really make sense to be able to go to Greece. However, like he said, he doesn't exactly know when it's set, so I mean, there's still plausibility, I suppose. The next thing is that there's no naval combat. It's really only just sailing a boat for travel purposes, like in The Witcher 3, and he says it's a tad more customizable, whatever the fuck that means, but interesting nonetheless. He states numerous times that the world is breathtakingly beautiful and that there's different ambient stuff going on in the open seas. Better to sail than to miss stuff by fast traveling. The next thing is that you'll be sailing the Eastern Mediterranean with your boat. There's a bunch of ambient music in the game, which is good news. Devs have focused on the story 100%. There is no multiplayer whatsoever. However, there are microtransactions like in Assassin's Creed Black Flag and in Assassin's Creed Rogue. Multiplayer is apparently still on the table, and it might return to the franchise at some point. Apparently, a lot of work has gone into the immersion aspect of the game. There's plenty of tropical areas, mirages, oasis areas, various islands dotted around the sea, which are beautiful, which is good news. The next thing is that the main protagonist in the past, not in the modern day, is a quieter version of Altair. Basically, kind of looks like him, has darker skin, not black like Adewale. A really strange comparison. And apparently there's a trilogy plan with this dude. Apparently Greece comes in the next game, and he goes there, and there's no idea about the third entry, so He can't go to Greece though because it doesn't fucking exist. The main protagonist is apparently an Israelite, so cool. Combat has been reworked, enemies have different attack patterns and will actively try to flank you, kind of like The Witcher 3, but easier to get into. The stealth system is much more integrated into the world. You can hide on corners, in crowds, in buildings, in bushes and haystacks. Imagine Syndicate and Unity stealth, but much more well thought out and implemented. The social stealth is emphasized a lot in this game. You'll be blending into crowds with groups of slaves, an awful lot. Oh, don't make me blend with slaves. It's going to be liberation all over again. Such a shit mechanic. Just let me blend with the crowd. Stop it. So the next one is that the free running is the same as Syndicate and Unity, although it adds some flair from Watch Dogs 2 apparently, and it's a lot smoother and more fluid. The next thing is the reason why AC doesn't make its way to Japan is because the higher-ups don't see it being successful. They made China for Chronicles to please the fans. Apparently, that's a thing. The same thing is also for World War I and World War II. That's good news. We won't get those if this is true. Engine is a reworked version of Syndicate's, but looks drastically different from Syndicate and Unity, which is, I guess, interesting. They took Unity's backlash very, very badly. They've been working on Origins so much to avoid another buggy situation. Syndicate was about 60% complete when the backlash came to light, so Ubisoft shoved that one out the door before we had the break. So that's exactly what I thought would be the case, is that Ubisoft would, you know, release that quickly when they got the backlash, rather than just, you know, stopping it. They obviously wanted to get it out, but, you know, yeah, it was near completion. That's, of course, what I thought. Apparently there's no Switch version, like the other dude said, released on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Apparently it's also going to be coming out later this year. The next thing is the hidden blade used in this game is a very early version, requires losing a finger. There is also a bow, a shield, various swords, spears, and throwing knives. The protagonist doesn't have a name at the beginning. Later, other characters start calling him Shed. Fucking hell. After the deity that represents salvation, a big part of the story revolves around saving your people from slavery. Fuck off! No! Stop it with the slaves! The next thing is the idea of an ancient Rome game was floating around the office. Caesar wasn't a Templar, but shared a lot of their ideologies. Senators that killed him were part of the Brotherhood. Status of this idea is unknown. Apparently, skills are going to be done in a talent tree. However, the differences between the skills are drastically different, and you can only have a certain amount of skills active at one point. One tree is combat, another stealth, and the final one is movement. Alright, okay. Outfit-wise, there are a few predetermined outfits, as there has been in every Assassin's Creed game. However, there are different pieces of equipment that you will buy to go over the top of your base appearance. Imagine Unity's equipment customization and variation, but with less pointless fluff. If that's true, that's exactly what I actually wanted, and it's really interesting because I did talk about that in like an economy style video that Ubisoft watched. I wonder if they got that from me, if this is real. Character customization is more like Unity than Syndicate. That's a good thing. I think that's a good thing. The customization won't change your outfit, but there'll be a huge variation in what you can put to add to the outfit, which I think is a good thing. But that's everything. That's everything on the big-ass fucking list. So there we have everything. I do hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think. Is this real or is this fake? I thought I'd cover it and give my little take on it, just letting you guys know I do think this is fake. I don't think that this is real in any way. There's no proof or anything like that, but, I mean, there are some good points in it. There are some bad things. We're just gonna have to wait. We're just gonna have to wait. It's literally within the next 15 days, we're gonna get some kind of announcement, and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I am looking forward to it, of course, and I reckon, well, it might even be this week that we might get something. I am really excited for Assassin's Creed Origins or Empire, and I can't wait to see what happens. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to stay up to date on things. Hit that like button if you enjoyed in any way, and of course, I will see you all tomorrow for another video. Bye!
Leaping from my places, rivers are flowing red. Now we're defying, now we're uniting. Go watching from the skies, these streets are burning up. They're starting fights here. I'm gonna take it to 'em all.